Hello and welcome to the 7 o'clock news. This week's weather forecast is quite chilly and everyone is going to need to bundle up. Monday's high is a high of 56 with a low of 32. Tuesday's high is 45 with a low of 30. And Wednesday's high is 40 with a low of 30. This week is going to be chilly, everyone needs to bundle up.
Thanks for that weather report. Now, for the rest of the night, we will be talking about famous reforms, Teddy Roosevelt, and an exclusive interview with Upton Sinclair. Our first topic of the night is going to be Teddy Roosevelt. One of the main talked about subjects right now is President Theodore Roosevelt's conservation movement. In this movement, Roosevelt wants to save our natural resources such as plants and animals by placing them under government land policy. He has officially signed the National Reclamation Act. This is allowing irrigation to take place in arid lands, which is all being funded by the government. In addition to this, the Meat Inspection Act, the Pure Food and Drug Act are also taking form. These up-and-coming laws will monitor the production of meats and packaging of other food, drugs, and beverages. Big businesses are outraged at the idea, but some say it will help our human health. These ideas are showing just how progressive our president is as he struggles to protect human health and the United States' natural beauty. Now, we have a special treat for all of our viewers. The author of the acclaimed book, The Jungle, is here to talk about not only the information inside, but also how it played a role in the upbringing of the laws, such as the Meat Inspection Act. Please help me welcome Upton Sinclair. Hello, Upton Sinclair. I am very excited to talk about the hot topic of your popular novel, The Jungle. This novel has led to some interesting social changes in our food industry. Can you elaborate on that?
Although my book is fictional, my research was based on facts. Through my research, I was able to transform the food industry. This actually occurred because of riots and protests over my novel. I exposed the disgusting details of the meat industry and the population was enraged. I was a muckraking reporter who wanted to write an omniscient point of view on a very social hot topic. Not many people thought about where their meat was coming from or from what conditions it was being processed in.
So what was going on in the meat industry? Can you inform us?
Well, I released my excerpts in a serial form in the socialist newspaper Appeal to Reason. These excerpts were originally supposed to show the awful labor conditions. Then I saw the most disgusting conditions of my life. The meat was diseased, rotten, and contaminated. I decided that I had to include this in my articles. More and more people began to read my articles and realize that the federal government needed to intervene.
Well, the public is sure glad that you exposed this.
With the passing of the Food and Drug Act of 1906, this novel was a true success in protecting America. Teddy Roosevelt signed it himself. I believe Teddy was the most appalled because of his love for sausage.
We are certainly appreciative of this insight into the important social reforms. Now back to Savannah with some insight in the new reforms.
Hello. On tonight's news, I'm going to discuss with you some reforms recently passed. As we all know, this is a time of change and revolution, and these are just a few of the many new things happening in America. Just days ago, a federal reform was passed under the name of the Pure Food and Drug Act. This requires companies to accurately label the ingredients contained in their products. Many reforms are also being passed on the state level, such as the secret ballot reform. This gives privacy in the ballot box and ensures party bosses won't know how they voted. Another state-level reform passed was for referendums. This allows voters to decide if a bill or proposed amendment should be passed. Finally, there have been reforms set in place on the local level. This includes the city commissioner plan that helps cities run more efficiently. Cities hire experts in different fields to run a single aspect of the city government. For example, the sanitation commissioner would be in charge of the garbage removal. Now to our breaking news from Emily.
Thank you, Savannah. I'm here at a bar in Carey Hotel in Wichita, Kansas, where Carey Nation has reportedly just smashed up a bar that causing several $1,000s worth of damage. This damage was believed to be caused due to her dedication to temperance. Perhaps her acts of vandalism are out of passion due to her husband's drinking problem, as it is believed that with his death came a whole new Carey. Her shenanigans also landed her a spot in jail. However, we are being told she will more than likely be released tonight. But interestingly enough, it seems that the acts of vandalism might have actually done what she wanted, which is get the attention of the public, or more or less their support. Now to Jane Addams reporting on Sullivan House.
Savannah and Devin. This is Jane Adams giving you an insider look at how our settlement house works. Our settlement house, Pool House, is located on Halsted Street in the midst of an industrial district in Chicago. Since I'm a settlement worker here, on the daily I perform neighborhood services like washing babies, nursing children, teaching English to immigrants, giving mothers classes on child care, and teaching theater, art, and dance programs. We've had many different neighbors stay with us. In this bedroom, of the three, we kept a little baby who was born with cleft palate and who was unwelcome / neglected by his own mother. Also, a 15-year-old Italian bride stayed here with us to escape her abusive husband. In this room to my left is where an Italian woman stayed, and she was in awe when she saw our new, freshly bloomed red roses. She said to me, "They must have been brought so fresh all the way from Italy." She didn't believe for an instant that flowers could grow in America. She wasn't the only immigrant. This type of isolation from the real world was the norm for them. Throughout the rest of my pool house, there's a gymnasium, theater, art gallery, music school, boys club, auditorium, cafeteria, kindergarten, nursery, libraries, post office, club rooms, art studios, kitchens, and a dining room, all in the interests of the people we help. Back to Devin with our closing statements.
Thank you all for tuning in tonight, and make sure you watch tomorrow's episode taking place at 7:00 p.m. Our news is brought to you by Kodak.
You press the button, we do the rest.